Hi, this is JilliBling. How are you today? I have a project to share with you using a product that will be retiring soon, the grid. What do they call this? It is Best Plaid Builder, and it coordinates with Best Year stamp set, so it's a bundle at this point. But with the new catalog coming in, a few things are retiring, and the Best Year stamp set is staying, but the plaid dies are retiring. So in your catalog on page 133, I'm doing this card right here. So Stampin' Up, thanks for letting me copy you. And they use designer paper from the Jar of Flowers 6x6 paper. And I didn't have enough of that, so I will be using a different designer paper for the flowers. I did try using All Things Fabulous in doing these flowers, but I was having a little bit of a hard time with it, so I figured if I was having a hard time, you'd have a hard time. So, doing it just a little bit different, but still the same card. So if you want Best Plaid, get it soon. And as I mentioned, using flowers on designer paper, this paper is in the mini catalog, and the mini catalog is effective through for one more month. So the new catalog comes out in May, so you could get this through June. True Love designer paper. It's all black and white, and it has these lovely flowers on it. And on the back side are lots of nice prints. But these flowers, look how perfectly you could cut those out. And when you go through the pack, there's other flowers. And there's more flowers. So you could choose whichever flowers you like. And here is the back side, the print. Love them. So we'll be using that. Ooh, just about fell off. So here they are. Here's the flowers colored in the inside. Plaid, different flowers. Polka dotted tulle going away. I know we all love that. And then this time I put the gray plaid underneath with the vellum plaid on top, ribbon wrapped around, single color poppy flowers. Oh, and I'm going to put something else in here. Not quite sure what yet. Probably just another flower. Seems to be my theme. Okay, so we'll be using Best Year for the words, great words. I had this all pulled out ready to go, and it does have nice words in it, so we'll be using that for words. And then also massive thanks. This to me means it's being retired. Love it, but we'll use it one last time. The dies, 3 die sets. Wild Rose will be using more for the die, this die right here. And plaid, we'll be using both pieces in the plaid. And Stitch So Sweetly is this shape die, and that will be again for the words. Then I have one other die that we'll use today for words. These are the colors I'll use for coloring. Just 2 stamp pads, Smoky Slate, Basic Gray. Okay, so here it is. Let's use these words. Happy birthday to you. Put that on there. Here's the plaid die. So this one we'll use for the vellum. And when you run it through, do what you can to get it kind of centered on there. See how there's these little pieces over here that are going to cut out? And I would love to say, oh, it doesn't matter, but when you look at this, let me put it on something dark. See, to me, that doesn't look so good. And on here, that's okay, but this doesn't look so good. So if I just would have shifted it a little bit, it would look good. And this will work just fine, but you know, sometimes people are a little OCD. And this one, got that. Okay, I have it done. This one is more like a lattice, a trellis for some flowers to climb on. I don't know the difference between the two pieces, what you call them. But in the papers, this one is cut to a 1/4 size sheet of cardstock. So it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And there's another gray piece in here, small gray. It's for the inside paper. See how it nicely layers on there? And this one is 4 by 5 1/4. And I'll put all the dimensions on my blog. It'll take me a few days to do that, but I'll get those put on my blog. So once again, if possible, try to center this. This part, it doesn't matter, but this part, it'd be good if it was centered. So I have one of those done. Okay, it looks like it's already coming together. So fold this in half. Oh, I didn't pull out my basics. That's okay. A block. A block will be perfect. And when you go to attach your vellum and your grid, this time I have the basic gray grid underneath the vellum. This one, the smoky slate, is under the vellum. Basic gray on top of the vellum. Smoky slate on top of the vellum. So I think I'm going to do another one underneath the vellum. And it takes just a bit for it to dry. Like, you just have to hold it down and let the glue absorb into the paper for it to dry. So let's get started on that part right now. And I could put glue all over the whole thing, but just putting it on the little tips is sufficient. That will hold it down just fine. And I chose a few flowers and I colored them with the blends and I cut them out. Oops. And I used some new colors that came in the mail yesterday. So exciting! New catalogs, new stuff is exciting. So look at those. Aren't they pretty? So I'm going to hold this, I'm going to get it in place, hold it down, then I'll hold these flowers up a little bit close. And you know, if I didn't cut the paper exactly right size, you could trim off these little points here in just a minute. Okay, let me get the vellum stuck down. Little paper shard. Can't have that. So to stick down the vellum, just put glue around the whole perimeter of the card, including up over those gray, my little lattice piece. And you know, sticking down vellum is never easy because you could always see the adhesive through the vellum. But this card is, the flowers really stand out because they're nice and vibrant. So I'm just going to pretend like I don't notice it. And you know what? When I held up the other ones, I didn't notice the vellum, the glue showing through. So you don't notice it too much. Out on the market, they do have vellum tape, but to me, you kind of see it, and it doesn't hold very good. You know what? I know words are going to be somewhere in the middle. There, vellum, hold, stick on that. Yeah, stick on that. So. And it's okay to kind of shift it. I think with the vellum over the top, it kind of softens the basic gray boldness. So whatever you like. So in the catalog, page 133, their plaid is using, it looks like curry and olive. So traditionally, I think plaid as like manly colors or really bold colors, or maybe even like Celtic blues and greens. Oh, that could be fun. One time a girl, she did her wedding in that. This would have been perfect for her. But you can really soften it up by using neutral colors in whites or vanillas. Okay, so that's going to take just a minute. Okay, so while I'm holding that down, don't you love the colors? Aren't they pretty? Aren't you wondering what color leaf that is? Looks a little dark. Look at these. The paper is really pretty. So, here's the colors. Freesia, fresh freesia, fresh freesia, evening evergreen, and seaside spray. Woohoo! New stuff. Love it. Okay, so this is looking good. I noticed that I have a little bit to trim right here. I noticed that my vellum is curling up a little bit from the moisture of the glue, but I'll just keep on reminding the vellum that I want it to be stuck down, and it will be fine. I'll come back and remind it in a minute. Okay, so for the words, happy birthday to you. Because this is basic gray, I'm going to use basic gray. Just somewhere in the middle. I should test it. Maybe I should re-ink it. Oh, that's better. Might need to re-ink that. And if you stamp first, then when you cut it out, you kind of straighten it out. Okay, so I'm going to cut that. Whoops, I didn't stamp first. I could fix that. Hopefully stamp straight. Yay! Okay, so that is done. See if the vellum is sticking. It's looking good. And I will stamp on the inside. So this is somehow going to go, oh, that's pretty. Wow. Who knew? I didn't see that combo coming. Oop, the sticky doesn't, small papers for the inside. All of them I'm sticking the flower right in the center on the inside, but that's okay. Okay, so we have a happy birthday. That is so pretty. Wow. Wow. How about inside, wishing you your best year yet. That's nice. Okay. Get it straight. Hopefully. Is it okay? Should I do it again? Maybe I'll try it one more time. Looks a little bit crooked. Then I'll just take the best out of the two. That one's crooked too. Uh-oh. Cool. This one. This one. That one's straighter. Okay. And done with the ink pad. So this can attach. I should try my tape. So I have Stamp and Seal, and Stamp and Seal Plus is more if you're like making a 3D box. So I'm going to use Stamp and Seal. Maybe. I know it's really good and sticky. Maybe that's why I put it away, because it wasn't running for me. Oh, there it goes. Well, you know, when you're doing a video, everything doesn't work just right. Okay, Let's try that again. Now we're talking. Oh, it's smooth now. Oh, very sticky. That's kind of nice. Okay, this just get put down in the center on the inside. That's very sweet. So when you're coloring with blends on designer paper, this designer paper is not exactly the quality of Stampin' Up! White paper, and if you're aware that it will tend to kind of pool to the colors bleed outside of the lines, just don't apply too much color and you'll be fine. But I did a little bit different coloring method. Usually I do the dark first and go back through with the light. This time I did the light over the whole flower, and then I just went with the dark and did the low color, low light areas, and I didn't worry about blending them. So just a little bit different. This is so pretty. Oh. Here, let's use some smoky slate ribbon. Isn't this beautiful? This is in the new catalog. And I'm not quite sure how I'm going to use it on here, but it's the right colors. And it looks kind of sparkly and shiny. Wow, look at that. How should I do it? I don't think a bow. Maybe a swoosh back behind stuff. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay. Okay, first of all, I liked how those flowers were on there. So, I'll put dimensionals to put the flowers on. Where's some magic dimensionals? Here we go. I had to pull out some little guys. And I'm doing probably a few more than I normally would, just because it's going to be sticking on that plaid. Okay, and then a few minis, because there's a bit of detail on here. There, up here. Yeah, a few more dimensionals. With each passing day, I seem to use more and more. And I'm not going to stick this down really hard. Well, what direction did I do these? Oh, I already did this go in that direction, so it doesn't matter. Okay. This can go. Isn't that pretty? Maybe at an angle, or should it go up and down? Mother Nature grows stuff up and down. Oh, but is that going to fit? It doesn't fit. Okay, now it's kind of a swoosh, but it fits on my card. That fits. Okay, so now this gray ribbon, smoky slate, I'll make this a pretty end. Isn't that pretty? Oh, adhesive on here. That's some good sticky stuff. I'm making it too big. Good thing you could try again and just don't make it so big. Just a little bit can show. You notice I'm not looking at the back. I'm just worried about what this looks like, what that looks like. I want to see like the fluff of the ribbon. That's pretty. Wow, that's almost like a wedding card. That's so elegant. Okay, so I wanted to go there, but I don't have any stickum on the back, or not much. Okay, I'll trim the ribbon first. And let's see, back here, let me see if this will work. Look at that. And if you don't have it, you need to get some, but you can use tear and tape. That will work good too, or glue dots. Oh my gosh, that is so pretty. Who knew plaid could be that pretty? Boy, I didn't see all that prettiness coming. Okay, and then on the inside, that's already done. We're done. Just like that. Okay, I will post all products to use on my blog, and my blog is JilliBling.com, and it will have links to my store so you can buy it all. Okay, have a great day. Bye.